Hi everybody, I hope you're having a good day so far. My name is Elle, and I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about something that we have been working on in my advanced computer science class. So recently we have been doing a Udacity basic user interface course through Udacity, and it is about Android Studio, and so the application we are working on is called Just Java. So right now, we just finished it's called Lesson 4 on the website, because Lesson 3, you work on a totally different app called Corp Counter, which I went over in a previous video you can find on my YouTube channel, that I basically went through and I told you guys kind of what we did through that. But so in this, I called it Lesson 3, because it's the Lesson 3 to my Just Java, but it's really Lesson 4 on Udacity Basic Interface. So just to get that out of the way before I kind of dive into what's going on. So in previous lessons, we've really been kind of just building our app and getting some methods and kind of learning about, well, not really learning. This lesson that we did, Lesson 3, Object-Oriented Programming, was a lot about explaining what's behind all of your code. So, with this, we learned all about, parameters and arguments. So, parameter, if I can click here, and I will show you guys what we did to our Java script. We added a new thing, that was the calculate price, and we created a calculate price method. We took out some arguments and parameters that we made previously, and we kind of just, I don't know. So this was the original price method that we made. So it was calculate price, and then you had two parameters and just two parameters. So you have your identification, which is an integer, and then you have the parameter, it's called quantity, and then the second one was called price per cup. So our price, which is a global variable that is price, that is what everything would add up to in the end for the price that we would input into our message, and would also show how much it's worth, and did a lot of the calculations. We used these two different parameters to multiply them together to get to the price, to use the price in a different place. We eventually just deleted the parameters and arguments, and we updated everything. I don't know, a lot of the stuff that we did in this lesson was a lot about them explaining to us the real behind the scenes of everything. So we learned how to do logs, and we learned how to do all of these different things. Over here we have our price message right here, and this is when I order 2 cups of coffee. So now I have a price message that says thank you for wanting 2 cups of coffee, and it basically over here, it concatenates with this plus message, it concatenates the quantity with the text, and right here it concatenates the price message with your order will be right up, and then over here it concatenates the price into it down here. And so a big part of it was just kind of knowing what to write and why we wrote these different things. We didn't really add too much code this time. We kind of just went through and they explained what the r.layout activity main. They kind of helped us to understand more in depth what everything meant in general, instead of just us putting in code and being like, okay, I put in code during this point, but it's like, why do you put in that code? And what is the purpose of that code and everything? It went a little bit into our imports. It went a little bit into just like overviewing and really diving into the main things about it. So I thought it was a very interesting kind of topics to go over, just because I never really actually understood my code. I would type the code, and some of it I would understand. Like, I know the difference between an integer and a string before, and now I get like why we put the integers there and why we put the strings there and why we do all of these different things and everything. So it really just helps me out to understand it. As usual, I used GitKraken and GitHub to create this, and I don't know, I'm just going to go over the usual spiel that I usually give. Use GitKraken and GitHub. Like, it is such a good thing to have. If your computer gets stolen, if your computer breaks down, if your computer gets utterly destroyed, or you lose it, or anything like that, or you just can't find your data, you can find it on the internet and you can put it onto any computer you want. Say you moved and you accidentally left your computer in Michigan and you moved to California. What are you going to do? Like, how are you going to get all this code that you've been working on for so long? Well, if you pushed it to GitHub through GitKraken, you would be able to access it in California on any computer that you wanted, and be able to, if you downloaded GitKraken and Android Studio, download it to your computer, and you would have it both, as you can see, local, so it's on my computer, and origin, which means it's on the web. It's on my GitHub, and it doesn't even have to be Android Studio. Like, I used it for my Cisco networking stuff, so I just uploaded pictures and any documents I needed, like for my engineering notebook stuff. I added that. Like, I can use it for pretty much anything I need. Say you have a bunch of family photos and you don't want to lose them. You could create a GitKraken thing, and it basically just creates a file on your computer, put all your photos into your file on your computer, and it's saved onto your GitKraken. Go to your GitKraken application and click the push button and push it to your computer, like to the internet, basically. You push it to the internet, and then you can literally access those photos anywhere you want. It doesn't even have to be on a computer. You could access those photos on the GitHub website on your phone, as long as you have like your email and stuff, or as long as you have the link to that GitHub like source. But anyways, like I said, a lot of this was just kind of updating things, deleting things we didn't need, just explaining a lot of different things. So I very much so enjoyed this lesson, and I think that if you do the Udacity basic interface, you will too, because it makes me feel smarter now that I know everything about this. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye!